All right, my friends, we know what time it is. It's time for episode 7 of Weighted Opinions. You've been waiting all week for it, so here it is. Let's get to it. Episode 7 of Weighted Opinions, the show where I put ideas on the bar and see what they actually weigh. Sometimes I'm serious, sometimes I'm sarcastic, and sometimes I just ramble on until I find enlightenment by accident. Which one is it today? I guess stick around and find out. Today, episode 7, we are talking happiness. What is it? Have you felt it lately? Are you getting enough of it? Or the question that might punch you in the soul a little, have you ever actually defined it for yourself? It's getting serious right out of the gate. Let's talk about the great happiness mystery. So, the thing with happiness is there's no single definition. It's not like your macros or your tax bracket. It is wildly individual. And the best part is kind of that there is no wrong answer, but there's definitely your answer. So, a quick fun exercise out of the gate. If you're hanging out with your friends or your family, you want to try this as a fun little experiment. Everybody grab a piece of paper and write down what true happiness or happiness in general looks like to you. Let's give you a quick second. Okay, great. For me, true happiness means making a difference in my communities, both my family at home, my fitness family in the gym. For me, it's about leaving the world a little bit better than I found it. In short, my definition of happiness that I would write down is making a positive impact and building a brighter future for others. Full stop. So if we out there, if you did the exercise, if we compared our answers, would they match? Absolutely not. There'd probably be some overlap, but odds are they are as different as our Spotify playlists with all of our guilty pleasures, and you know you have Celine Dion on yours, so there's definitely overlap. That's the beauty of happiness, though. It isn't one size fits all, right? So are you aiming for happiness or are you just existing? Like I said, we're going deeper. So have you ever actually sat down and defined what true happiness means to you before our experiment 32 seconds ago? Or are you just kind of coasting, waiting for it magically to appear on your doorstep like that Amazon package you forgot you ordered? Right? In my line of work, I see it all the time. People want to be happier, but they've never stopped to ask what that actually even means to them. So they kind of wander through life like an emotional Roomba, just bouncing off walls, making stupid noises, and hoping they eventually land somewhere fulfilling. Sorry, not sorry. When I ask, these are some of my favorite questions. When I ask, what's your purpose or what gets you out of bed in the morning, I get all kinds of answers. But I swear, if I ask you what gets you out of bed in the morning and you say your alarm clock, we are fighting. Right there, immediately, I'm throwing hands. I love to screw around, make that joke. I dare you. Okay. Anyways, and now don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to roast anybody here yet or directly, but purpose and happiness are pretty tightly linked. And if you don't know what your purpose is, you're likely having a hard time feeling happy, and that realization stings a bit, but it's okay because that means you're waking up. What do we need to do? We need to find your fire. So, your starting point, ask yourself the uncomfortable questions. What lights you up? What am I passionate about? What actually makes me feel alive instead of just fine? And if your answer right now is, gee, Jared, I have no idea. Perfect. You're human. Welcome to the club. But it's time to roll up your sleeves and figure it out. All right? So maybe your happiness could come from your job, a hobby of yours, volunteering, creating, or helping others. Like whatever it is, you just have to find it because nobody else can do it for you, right? For me, it's health and fitness, which I know is shocking to all of you out there. Some of you even call me obsessed, but words hurt, and I would call it purpose with a six pack. You're welcome. Anyways, this passion lets me help others transform their lives. It lets me help them take back control and live stronger. And that in turn fills me with a sense of pride and happiness that's hard to describe, but I'm sure you can even just hear it in my voice right now. I get fired up thinking about it. Plus, it gives me the energy and freedom to show up as the best partner to my soon-to-be wife. Yes, I told you I was going to keep saying it like that, and I'm going to follow through on it. Also, it helps me keep leveling up as a dad, so a couple of wins, right? All of that, the impact, the growth, the family, that's my happiness cocktail right there. But it's mine. You can't have it. Get your own sandwich. Okay? Let's talk the hard truth about happiness. So, by the book, Happiness Definition, this is the state of being happy. Thanks, dictionary. That is incredibly helpful for absolutely nobody. The truth is, happiness isn't a state, it's a skill. It's something you have to work on. You have to earn it and you have to protect it. It's not permanent. It ebbs and it flows, and it only means something because of the hard stuff. That is the beauty and the profound nature of being human. You cannot appreciate the sunshine if you've never stood in the rain. You can't feel joy without knowing the pain of loss. It's the contrast that makes the colors pop, right? But there is a happiness trap, okay? And this is where most of us screw it up. We get addicted to the chase. We are always chasing what's next. The next win, the next achievement, the next bigger, better thing, whatever it is. Before you know it, your life kind of becomes a never-ending to-do list. And you forget to feel happy because you're too busy trying to earn it, right? So, quick question. When's the last time you actually stopped to enjoy what you've already built? Yeah, we're going to sit there for a second. When did you last sit down and appreciate your progress? Right? You've got to learn to love the small victories and the quiet moments and the silly things in between, because that's where real happiness hides. That's the 80%. Look at the bigger picture. Okay? So, what's a game plan? Another great question. I'm glad you asked. Let me give you a cheat sheet. Wow. Let me give you a cheat sheet. All right? Let's call it the HAPPY protocol. And for those of you spelling whizzes out there, that's right. That's the happy protocol. I'm glad you're with me. Why are we calling it the HAPPY? Another great question, because we're going to go through it. H, hone in on what happiness means to you. Write it down. Define it. Be clear and concise. Okay? For A, I want you to align your passions with it. What fuels you? What lights you up? Build your life around those things. P, practice gratitude. This is one we so often forget. Be thankful. Big stuff, small stuff. Celebrate it all. Okay? Second P, push your damn self. Push yourself to grow. Keep learning, keep evolving, and keep challenging yourself. And why? I want you to yield to the moment. Slow down. Enjoy the process. Don't sprint through life just to miss it. Right. Okay. Yeah, no, I think that's good. A couple final thoughts here before I leave you to marinate, ruminate, watch this all over, and, ask yourself the hard questions. At the end of the day, I'm going to give you some nuggets here, okay? Focus. At the end of the day, happiness isn't found. It's built. Brick by brick, choice by choice, habit by habit. It's not a destination, it's a direction. And as long as you're moving towards what lights your soul on fire, guess what? You're on the right path. So, whether this episode made you smile, think, or roll your eyes, good, because it means I did my job. Because if you're thinking, you're growing, right? Now go find your damn happiness, whatever it looks like. And as always, show some love to the channel, okay? Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Send this episode to that one friend that's always fine. You know the one, okay? I'm not dropping any names this time, probably, all right? I've been serious. I haven't even swore that much, maybe. So you're welcome. We keep it real. We keep it clean sometimes. But that doesn't mean the passion wasn't there, all right? So I want you guys to do your homework. I want you to watch this back. I want you to ask yourself those questions. I want you to go through it a couple of times. Invoke the HAPPY, okay? Do your damn happy protocol. It's not a swear. I didn't swear, okay? And as always, until next time, my friends, stay glorious.